so far, but only time will tell. Now, if we did things right, first of all, we will not see any exceptions over here, so let's check. And looks good. So, Magic Bash, currently disabled. Oh, this is exciting. We can move. But now we can't move anymore. So we moved and it immediately errored out in the same way. So slight improvement, but we still got our null pointer exception. And then also, oh, okay, so we do have, so the thing that, okay, so there's definitely a null pointer exception happening here. But it's more recoverable than it previously was. Now, we can't select his weapon. Now, if I move here, can you then? No, you can't select. Okay, so do we have a second thing? So object reference not set. Object reference not set to an instance object. I think I might know why. Well, I can no longer select that. All right, so we definitely made progress. This is a more recoverable error, but we're still not in it to win it. So let's look a bit closer. So this has display during the day phases, allow during the day phases, which we don't care about. So I'm starting to think that it might be that we're disabling a skill on a weapon. So the reason I'm excited about this, let's go back for a second. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. So there's different versions of going to Watchtower for day and night. Right? So this is display. So maybe we do need a display during phases section. Or maybe So what I'm looking at right now is I'm looking at this skill action go into Watchtower section. Right? This looks like a full skill definition to me, but I'm wondering if we need to like wrap these abilities. Because here's the thing about so the other thing of note. So if I come over here, right? I left invalid cast display behavior. This might have been an error. We don't necessarily need that. We also know that we don't need this. So now we just have valid targets, building ballista. If the building exists, it's a valid target. And we're not trying to do an invalid cast display behavior. Let's simplify it to that and see if that works. So what I'm thinking about, let's talk about that while I'm, oops. Yeah, it doesn't matter. What I'm thinking about here is one fun thing we could do is have every weapon have a special ability that they get when standing next to and manning a ballista. I think that could be like super cool. Just spitballing, obviously, but that could be a really neat facet here. Now, how are we doing in the player log here? Has anything terrible happened yet? Looks like so far no. Okay, so if I just grab you, you can move around. So far nothing's going bad. All right, let's move to the part that usually sinks our boat. We can switch between them. Magic Bash is disabled. Magic Bash is enabled. Magic Bash is still enabled. Definitely still threw an exception. There we go. Now we got a new problem. I definitely fired off a lot of refresh attack data issues. But yeah, it's a little bit cleaner. So the first exception that we got was the skill action set source. See, I'm starting to think that without knowing exactly what set source is doing and what item is firing it, we may be a little out of luck. But then we got a bunch of exceptions for a refresh tooltip. And then, yeah, I mean, everything was... As soon as we hit this, we were an unhappy camper. So let's kill that again. Let's think about what's going on here. I kind of wish we had a... So at this point, right, what do we have? We are flagging the ability as contextual. We're saying that its valid targets is Ballista Tower. We are saying that its contextual condition is just that the building exists. And that's it. And we have properly closed everything. We've closed this one. This looks pretty well formed to me. Let's go back to the example that we had, which is going to be here. You can't see it. Now you can. Which is go into Watchtower. It has a valid thing. Now it has this secondary thing. So it says building ID Watchtower and then must be empty true. Now that seems very Watchtower specific. So I don't want people climbing into ballistas. It's an interesting idea, but I don't think I want it. We did not add the display during phases thing. This confuses me. So the thing that is most head scratching to me is that we have skill definition, go into Watchtower, which has as the skill action, go into Watchtower. Now, I don't think this is circular, right? This is not referring to itself. This is referring to code. Go into Watchtower code, which we don't want, obviously, for our thing. Well, let's look at some more contextual conditions and see if we come up with anything. So we got quit Watchtower. We have use teleporters. Okay, this is another good one. So use teleporters does not have an is empty, right? So it is a valid thing. And then it has contextual condition onto building. So this is when you're standing on top of a building, right? Same structure. What is this one here? This is the finish him one. Okay, so the sum total of contextual conditions that we have access to is Brazers, Then we have Watchtower through to here. Then we have Use Teleporter. Use Teleporter is a good example, although it has a lot of code behind it. And then we have Execute. Is locked by perk. Trying to think if there's anything else I would change here. So we got rid of the invalid behavior. So that's no longer a component of this. Let's get that like that. Yeah, so we're checking that it is a ballista tower. It's possible that the building ID... No, we know the building ID is right because it worked. Right? So we know that this... I think we know that these two are working. One thing that I'm a little... This is a weird thing to be confused by, but bear with me for a second. So we have the Magic Scepter skills here, right? Now they share a parent with the Magic Missiles. Magic Missiles, for instance, right? Which is on the wand. So that means that it seems to me something in here should be saying Magic Scepter, this Magic Scepter ability belongs to the Magic Scepter weapon. Which I don't think I've seen before, right? We have the type of the magical attack. We have the damage bonus. We have the skill action. We have the VFX. But the actual marrying of this to this does not exist. So that must be somewhere else. So let's bring up our handy dandy asset studio again. And there must be somewhere else where it actually defines what weapons are sword attacks. Item definition weapons. It's got to be in here. Yeah. Okay. Yep. So we have the skills in here. So we should, if we haven't already pulled this file out, we should. Item definition weapons. We have already pulled it out. We're walking in the footsteps of giants. So if I find Scepter, Magic Scepter 0, it has Magic Bash, that, and that. So, okay. So this was a curiosity of mine. I don't think I see anything here that would connect like the conditionality failing. So wait, so the first error this time was actually the skill action execution. Ooh. Wait, so it's slightly different. It fell back into the get skill source after that, but I'm glad I came back to look at this. So the time when it actually exploded was when we were trying to do the action. Does that change anything? I think it does. I kind of want to see it fail again here. So we'll go ahead and do this. Oh, never mind. I think I accidentally deleted part of the line. They're all the same error. Okay. I was excited until I wasn't. But we're going to watch it fail once more. Random building reroll. I'm not sure why it's doing that. But okay, so in the deployment phase, we can move this guy freely, and I don't think we've caused any... Yeah, we've not caused any major issues. No, I just want to see. So everything seems to be working fine, right? We can do stuff. Okay. I still really like the rifle overhaul, I will say. But now over here, we have Magic Bash, which is, if I click on the icon, doesn't look like anything fails. So now, if I move... Okay, Magic Bash became active even though we weren't standing next to anything. All right, and I didn't see exactly when this came up, so let's try this one more time. Yeah, so the filter ID, I think, is the problem. Because it seems like if we're standing next to anything, it's failing. Which to me means that the ballista tower ID is not working for us. So let's go into building definitions. Now, I assumed that it was this ID. Building definition, ballista tower. So the blueprint creates a category turret upgrade of ballista. So yeah, so ballista tower is the upgrade of ballista. Now, do we... Okay, now the other issue is... Maybe we try catapult instead. Is catapult simpler? Category handled defenses. Sidewalk type? None? Oh man, we're seeing things. We're seeing things. So let's see. So we could try catapult just because it's easier. Pathfinding style Brezaham? Oh my. Upgrade of ballista. So I'm wondering if the IDs that we have here. So let's find Watchtower, right? Here's Watchtower. So Watchtower has an ID of Watchtower and a category of Watchtower. So I want... Okay, so this is the next thing I want to try. I think they're using... I have a suspicion, and this is a bad suspicion, but I have a suspicion that they are using category and ID and getting them mixed up. So I'm going to try putting the ID of the building as turret, even though I would expect that to be building category, which is what was used previously. But I want to try this and we will see. So let's get this loaded up. Because something is fishy here, right? They're using the two, but hopes and prayers. Hopes and prayers. All right. For my tears. Oh. Excuse me. Let's bring up the log file. I mean, I can't imagine what else. All right, let's see. Let's put you... So, I want to put you adjacent to nothing. Okay, so that's working just fine. This is currently disabled. You move one, it becomes enabled. Okay, so we have only moved one tile, and only one exception has fired. And it is already the standard object reference to be set to an instance of an object. and we're getting a null object, a null pointer exception, essentially. So something is not well defined in the context of that. And that could be that only certain things get passed in to the get skill source tiles. So now I'm wondering, is what we are running into that Magic Bash's source is a player, but its valid targets is the turret? Maybe that's the problem. Maybe valid targets is the wrong thing. Because, see, I like building category more than I liked ID turret. Like, I think ID should be this. But the thing is we're saying valid targets. Is valid targets what Watchtower uses? I don't remember. I think it was, but let's go check. So yeah, so the problem that we're running into here is that go into Watchtower targets a Watchtower. No, it's okay, Illustrious. You're all good. I'm just ruminating. But I'm surprised the hype around Last Spell modding streams has tapered off. So I may start doing this in my free time and going back to just playing the Last Spell, because not tickling people's fancy, unfortunately. So let's see. So yeah, the Watchtower, these things are targeting. Yeah, so valid target walkable tile. Oh, this is so weird because there's two different things going on here. Right? This is targeting the Watchtower and saying that it must be empty. So maybe we don't have the ability to separate the target from the adjacency, and that's the issue that we're running into here. That's starting to feel like the issue. Because the target here is a walkable tile, and the target here is the building that you're getting into. Which makes sense for those, but if I'm trying to target an enemy, that's not so ideal. Okay, so well, we're gonna need to table this, obviously. This is this I think we've exhausted our options. And then all we have to do is get rid of those. Really? You don't like the open ones either? XML's commenting scheme has always baffled me a little bit. All right, and then, I mean, we are doing his contextual still, but I'll just grab that and move that there. There we go. All right, let's move on to greener pastures. We've gotten very distracted in our quest here, as we always do. I think it is the way. Let's see. All right, that's dying. We will import this. We'll overwrite that. Delete that. Copy this here. We're gonna confirm that we have unbroken the things that we have broken. We should have built some traps. Probably need to restart our game to figure that out. So grab that, grab that. All right. So let's just confirm that a turn works. Now we don't know if that guy's stunned or not, unfortunately, but all right. Well, we did fix it, for better or worse. Mostly for better. I mean, I'm not gonna. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Still had Asset Studio up there. Still had Asset Studio up there. And then we've got... That still needs some work. That still feels a little weird. You know... I know it would make it stronger, but... Let's try fixing that. I wanna tweak the melee weapon. The spear, specifically. Because I think if we go look at it, where's triple swipe at? This is it right here. Yeah, I think all it needs to look more reasonable is that with an origin of 4. So we only added 1 target. We did have definitely increased its range, but let's try that out. And I think I'm gonna abandon this game. Because I also want to make sure I built some of each of the types of traps so that we can actually do some testing. That doesn't seem better in the least. I think it seems better. What makes you think that it is not better? Do tell. It's an extra target, and it gives extra range. Those both seem like things that I would describe as good. Let's see, we need a spear. Did we have a longbow on someone? That's a short bow, so we'll grab a longbow. Grab a rifle. One of you, one of you, one of you. I mean, I feel like targeting was whack previously. I'm interested to see if it feels any less whack this way. But, you know, science needs to be done. I'm just trying to get all the weapons. Ooh. Oh, there's a blood crystal. Okay, good. Right? Yeah, blood crystal. Okay, we want to see if we can add an ability to the blood crystal. So we're gonna do that as well. I'm glad we found one. I had forgotten about that. Out there, we'll give you a rifle. Give you a longbow. Give the Tome of Secrets that. And then for now, we'll give you... I don't think I'm going to be changing the pistol much. We'll give you that. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I want to do like a smattering of each trap type. So we'll do like a... Hopefully the wave doesn't completely miss these, or we may have a bad time. But we'll see. I'm gonna scatter around some traps so that hopefully we can see what's going on. I have this like this imagining of this being like the way that. Wait, these are slow traps, right? This being the way that some people play the game, just kind of being like, yeah, oh, I need some traps. There we go. All right. But that looks good. All right, people have weapons, so let's now I think I made changes. Did I make my changes to the spear, or did I not do that? Okay, so you got stunned. And you did not? Yeah, it looks like that did work. So you... Yeah, so triple wipe is awkward looking. So let's leave and let's get the new triple swipe so we can see how that looks. I think it's going to be a market improvement. So skill definitions, melee weapons, import, melee weapons, save all, save, replace, copy here. There we go. And then we'll fire her back up. All right. So this feels good. So now we'll see. So how does the spear look now? Okay. Well, I got it off center, but that feels way better. I feel like it gives the spear some range that it otherwise doesn't have. We obviously need to fix. How did I get this off center? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. So this shouldn't be 4. This should be 3. Wasn't it already 3? No, I guess it was 2 before. Oh, so maybe it was already correct. Oh, 0, 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, because that's the x coordinate is the... Yeah, obviously. Should have stayed that. The origin didn't actually have to change at all. So let's validate that that worked. Yeah, kind of nice that we didn't have to make a change at all there, but there we go. Already launching back in. Yeah, so and then I want to start thinking about traps. I also want to go back and find. I did a patch notes video where I talked about my ideas for how I would change traps, but I think things have changed a bit since then. Okay, so let's see. See, I think that's interesting. So things that we have going on with the spear. We've made it so the pointy end of the spear does more damage at its max. What has changed regarding the spear's triple swipe? Or something else entirely? I think that's like an iconic shape. It's not easy to work around regarding traps. So far I haven't made any changes to traps. So that's going to be kind of the next thing that we take a look at is my thinking. But I think before we do that, let's get a little crazy. And let's see if we can figure out how to make the blood crystal have an ability. Because I don't know about that one. Yeah, so when I originally... Here, let's go find it, right? It's a good idea to talk about it. So let's see. Do I have a... Open modding plan. Modding the last spell. Let's see. This is... So this is a patch notes video. I think it was this one. Nope, not that patch notes. All right. So let's look at all the patch notes. Yes, okay, cool. So let's bring this up really quickly if I can manage. So this was the patch notes for the most recent version of the game. And if I go up to master browser, window capture, grab that. There we go. So that should be visible now. I'll make it a little bigger. But these were the slides that I used for that patch. Which one is this? Master. Oh, there's master browser. Okay, so if I uncheck you.